Good afternoon. This is Robert here, Robert Rowe Music, bringing you another cover on the ukulele. This one is a tune that Steven Wilson of Porcupine Tree just released again on his YouTube channel as part of his Future Bites sessions. So he took Collapse the Light into Earth, which is off of Porcupine Tree's In Absentia album, and performed it solo. Just even on the album, it's pretty stripped down piano, organ, and vocals. But just watching him perform it really struck an emotional nerve with me, especially with the lyrics, everything going on the past couple weeks in the U.S. So I have a second video. I don't know which order I'm going to post these. So the other video is me doing just a play along with his video. This one is going to be a cover, but stick around afterwards. I'm going to break down a couple things for it as well. So here we go. Collapse the Light into Earth by Steven Wilson and Porcupine Tree. I won't shiver in the cold. Won't let the shadows take their toll. Won't cover my head in the dark. I won't forget you when we part. Collapse the light into earth. Collapse the light into earth. I won't heal given time. I won't try to change your mind. Won't feel better in the cold light of day. I wouldn't stop you if you wanted to stay. Collapse the light into earth. Collapse Beautiful tune. Beautiful tune. Alright, so it's basically 2 verses. And then the chorus is the title of the song repeated twice. Then there's kind of this, the middle part, which is just instrumental. In the original and his Future Bites session version, he's layering some organ and atmospheric stuff over it. But otherwise, it's just piano and vocals, which works surprisingly really well on ukulele. So that's it. Now, let me preface, this video is literally the 3rd time I've played it. The first time I didn't record it, but it was me kind of listening again with my uke, kind of trying to pick out the chords. The first one that came was C, right? So I was having trouble with this one. Okay? So it's a B minor chord. If you know ukulele, right? Barred there with that 4th fret. I heard it as a minor chord, but I couldn't hear it in the functional harmony of a key. So I heard this, and very clearly I knew it went to a G. And then it goes to there, and I knew this was the suspension. So I tried the 4-3 suspension. It's because it goes from the 4th scale degree down to the 3rd scale degree, right? Like do, mi, sol, so it's going fa, mi, if you know solfege. So from here, this is what helped me find right? You hear those common tones, and it goes to that. Right, so this is C, so that's a B. That's also a B, so, right? From there, it was just figuring out the meter, figuring out if that chord progression changes at all, which doesn't. And the thing that caught me literally from the first listen is how that suspension is kind of elongated, right? It's over 2 measures. So here it goes. It starts on B minor, and the way I do B minor, just 4th fret. I don't care if you have a re-entrant or a linear tuned uke. It really doesn't matter for this tune. So 4th fret, and then bar the 2nd fret with everything else. And it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Follow along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then it goes to C. Then to G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we've talked about this before if you've been a subscriber of my channel. I typically do G, unless I'm doing some suspensions or chord melody stuff, barring like a G major 7. Alright, 2nd fret on those top 3 strings, and then just my middle finger there. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then for my D, again, we've talked about this on my channel, I just cross that finger over to the bottom 3 strings, lift up that knuckle. It's hard to see because my hand's in the way, but I lift up that knuckle so the A rings, and then again, the middle finger is acting as that suspension. So if you're counting phrases, think of each 6/8 as one measure, right? 1, 2nd measure, 3rd measure, 4th measure, resolves fifth measure. So we have 5 bars of 6/8 per phrase. Okay, so again, he's just taking that suspension instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, he's kind of spreading that out, so it's 5 measures with the suspension getting its whole own measure. Cool. Do you see how beautiful this is? I'm gonna try and get closer to the camera here. So. Notice that middle finger for the G. You just move that first finger, that stays there. Then it comes up. Ah, it's so cool. And then he ends it just on that unresolved D. Right? It would go back to, B minor. Okay. If it was going to resolve to a major key, it would do G. So here's how I thought about it. This is getting into a little bit of music theory, but thinking about this... I think in country and bluegrass music, they call it the Nashville numbering system. But in classical theory, they use Roman numerals. And uppercase Roman numerals are a major chord, lowercase are a minor chord. So if you're thinking about this in the key of G major, that is your uppercase 1 chord. So this one, G, down to B, or up to B. So this is your minor 3. Then it goes up to the major 4. So B, up to C, to the 1 chord. So it goes 4, 1. Your D chord is your 5 chord. So 5 chord. And this typically would resolve back to 1, 5, 1. You hear that often. But it's gone back to the 3. 4 chord, 1 chord, 5 chord with the suspension, back to the 3 chord. Okay? So that's how I think about it. And here's why knowing that is important. Say it's just a little bit too high for my voice, which is true. That collapse the light into earth, collapse. That D is pretty high for me. So what if I wanted to drop it down a step? Okay, so I could do this. So B, what's a step down? A minor. Now I gotta go from A to the 4, right? So if that's my minor 3, there's my 4 chord. Then it goes to the 1 chord, so that's a 4 down the 1 to the 5, right? So and notice again that one, the F stays down for the 3rd. Collapse the light into earth. Collapse the light into earth. So if you know the relation from one chord to another when you're doing a progression, especially one like this where it just repeats for the whole song, learn those relationships, and then changing keys becomes very, very simple. You just change whatever your first chord is, right? So it's B minor to A minor. I could go down, I could do G minor, right? So G, I'd have to do an A flat, which a little bit different, but you get the point. So you can change keys pretty easily, and it's basically like a mental capo. All right, I really hope you enjoyed this breakdown. This tune, like I said, came out of nowhere. It's one that I didn't really ever pay attention to on In Absentia. Steven Wilson, even in his description, said it's one of those tunes that he doesn't believe they ever performed live, whether his solo band or Porcupine Tree. So he felt it appropriate to bring it to that Future Bites session. And I'm glad he did, because that introduced me to the tune and it gave me something to work on this week. This is one of those tunes that would be so much fun to cover at a gig, or a live stream or anything like that. So, I know this video is getting long, getting rambly. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the chord progression, the suspension, if you want to argue with me about the theory, please do so in the comments. I enjoy that stuff, even though I'm very rusty with a lot of it. Tell me what you think about the tune. What do those lyrics mean to you? Did it resonate with you with everything going on with the pandemic and the election in the US and everything else? Not being able to play live gigs, winter coming, all of that stuff. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this one, please check out some of the other Porcupine Tree covers I've done, as well as Alice in Chains stuff, all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know if you did. I love hearing from you folks. Comment below, like the video, share it with your friends, and chat with me over on Instagram. I love getting direct messages. I will respond to them all as quickly as I can, and I will continue doing that as long as I'm able to. That is Robert Rowe Music. That'll be down in the description as well. Have a great day. Stay warm. Stay healthy. I'll see you again in a week.